Right, what's going on, guys? Thanks a lot for watching the video. This is Corey here, and I'm just basically going to give you a rundown on my game The Edge Isometric Survival, as development for it is wrapped up. As far as the initial release goes, it's for Android just now. You get a professional version with no advertisements, and you also get a version, the light version, with advertisements. I did this similar type of setup video for Paul. I've also already recorded this once and then it failed, which is kind of annoying, but I digress. I'm going to get back into it, and I'm just going to show you a rundown of the game just like I did with Pod when I first released that on the channel. It motivated some of you guys to try out game development on Unity and UDK, stuff like that, and I created some tutorials after that, and you guys seem to enjoy them. So I'm just going to give a quick rundown of the game, how my development process worked, and what I went from at the start, what I have now, and where it's going to go. Just a quick thing I'd like to add in at the start though: if you continue watching the video, you know, start to finish, there'll be a couple of codes hidden about, so you can actually redeem this for yourself. It's just a few, you know, just sprinkle it about. And if you do redeem the game, I would appreciate if you left a rating on the page, because it's quite hard to get ratings for the game. And yeah, I'm not out here for commercial success. I'm just out there just to release the game. I think it's really fun, and I'll definitely be releasing games in the future. Which brings me on to my next point, which is my dissertation next year for computer science application software development. I would also like to announce that I am in the finals for undergraduate of the year, which is very, very exciting. It's literally as big as it sounds. I am in the final for computer science and analytics undergraduate of the year for 2016 out of the whole of the UK. I'm technically the top student for computer science in Scotland, as far as it stands here, because I'm the only Scottish competitor going down to London on the 22nd of April for the final, where the awards will be presented. And there's no way I'm going to win. There's no way I'm expecting to win, but it's just going to be a great opportunity to go down there and meet all the developers that I spoke to last time, and see how they got on with their studies over the past few months since I saw them last. This is also another disclaimer that I will not be uploading a lot of content to the channel over the summer. This is because I will be working in London with Expedia, which is quite a large software development company, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm just going to hop back in here, back to my dissertation I was saying. My dissertation will be on virtual reality. It will be creating a virtual environment in virtual reality. This will be using a lot of like low polygon models. You'll be creating your own little city, and it'll be interactable, and it'll all be like updated itself. You know, everything, each minion or each person will have a thing to do, artificial intelligence, you know, pathfinding. It should be really exciting, and I look forward to sharing that with you guys, with all of my like video editing and image editing using Photoshop and After Effects and such has improved significantly. So obviously since the start of the channel, so the quality for the developer log should significantly increase by then, and I look forward to speaking to you guys in the comment section below. So I'm just going to hop straight into it here. I'm just going to show you the menu. Now initially the menu did not look anything like this. If you go to my website and to the blog or the Facebook page for the game or anything, you can basically just see like what the game used to look like. So it was originally a Game Jam win. And this Game Jam win was called Absorb. You can see the menu here. This wasn't the Game Jam, what they look like here, but this is kind of similar around the time of the Game Jam win. The game, when I won the Game Jam, this is what the game looked like. It was controller compatible, and you would just run around with the cubes. And there'll be some gameplay at the start just there that you would have edited in. Just some just short gameplay using that recorded on my phone, so you guys can see what it looks like on the device itself. And here we can see I was going for like an arcadey retro aesthetic, and I changed it quite a lot, as you can see what the final product looks like. So the final product looks like this. You can see it's quite like minimal, very clean, not a lot of stuff to confuse the user when they're playing. And I just want to show you basically like what went through. So if you do want to play the original game, if you have an Xbox or PlayStation controller for the computer, you can download it here, completely free. So I've just shown you what the mockups looked like before of the game itself, and I'm just going to show you what the icon used to look like. So originally I started off with this here, and this one was more of just of a test, just to see if I can get that appearance with like the players jumping off of the edge. It works quite well. I still like that one. And then I moved on to this one here. I didn't like the dark background, but then I thought I could add these colors in, and I eventually changed the particle effects in the background to cuboids and swapped that shade to here because it was incorrect. And then I got something that looks much more sharper and cleaner, and I'm very happy with the result of this. I'm not sure about the light font, but I can work on that if I have to. It's just a small piece of text. And obviously throughout development, I'm an independent developer, so I had to do everything myself. Being a computer science excuse me, being a computer science student, I had no problem creating a website. This took me a day. It's just basically just full of press kit, so everyone can have an understanding of what the game's all about, when it's released, what platforms it's going to be on, and that's interesting. It's not actually, if I click and get on Google Play, it didn't actually do anything there, which is something I'll look into because it worked earlier. Also, I had to create a trailer for the game, so as you can imagine, that's quite a lot of stuff to do in itself. But I feel like I captured the what the game represents, the style of the game, the stuff to get people intrigued and get their hands on the game as soon as they can when it's released. So here the game wasn't actually finished. These 2 kill streaks were not scripted, but you can't tell that from the trailer. You can still see everything else you need to know before there. And obviously I did make 2 developer logs throughout development, and obviously this will be the 3rd attached to it for the final. I was really bad with that, if I'm honest. I'm not going to apologise because I don't think anyone was expecting it. But it was definitely something that I would gonna continue for my dissertation, but I'll be using GoPros and stuff, so you actually get to see myself and a little bit more. So if you do want to get the game, if you go on my Twitter page, literally anything, like it's all over the place, anything to do with my social media. So if you do want to get the free one, sure, download it. This one's got a couple of advertisements that will appear, and you'll be able to get that for free on Android. And I will be releasing it on iOS sooner rather than later because people are really enjoying the game. I've had such good feedback. It's already made money, which I was surprised. I wasn't expecting to make any money, but it's already made some money, and I can't wait to release more updates for it, such as more kill streaks and power-ups, a better timing system where you can actually redeem your health again if you lose it by watching a trailer or something like that. No in-app purchases, don't worry. So basically my workflow for this, as you can see here, the menu slides across all of this here. You would have saw that in the trailer, it's the little clip at the start. So this was a design aesthetic that worked well. It was kind of just something that just happened to happen, you know. I didn't expect it to work as well as it did, but I'm very glad it did because it's quite sleek and smooth and it doesn't clutter the player with like pop-up boxes and stuff. It's just quite sleek popping through the game. So from converting from the pro version to light, I wanted to make it as simple as possible so I could actually like develop it with advertisements and without advertisements, without doing a lot of porting back and forth. So essentially this is all I'm doing here. I'm just disabling this little pulsating thing that's notifying the player that it's a light version of the game. As you can see here, on the top row of the icons, we have a little remove ads button. If you click on that, it will take you to the professional version of the game to buy. If we just hide that as well, the player can't hit it. And then if we also go into the main camera, there's a little script here that plays an advertisement. This here will be disabled. If you want the professional version, then no advertisement will play 1 in 3 times. And for the game, it's exactly the same. The scripts are the same. And for the tutorial, it will initially play for the player at the start once, and then once they've watched the tutorial once, they have the option to view again if they want to. I think it's important for the player to actually see that. And the tutorial was something I did in a day. Didn't take too long. Essentially, all you do is you just click start. You just tap the screen, and it will just flick through the whole tutorial, and it will just basically tell you what to do. And that's pretty much summary of the game. And I don't think there's really much else I want to go into. I want to keep this kind of short and sweet. And for those of you beautiful people who stayed here to the end, go nuts. If you redeem these codes on Google Play, you'll be able to get the game for free. And if you do get it for free, drop like a comment or a rating in the game, a comment rating in the game, so I can see that, and I'll give you a little shout out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna make a Google Cardboard port of this game this weekend, I believe. It'll be quite fun. I've got a little hackathon going on at my university, and I look forward to speaking to everyone here. I have so much exciting stuff planned. I probably will be putting them on YouTube. I need to document my stuff more. My blog is obviously definitely somewhere where I'm going to be posting more to. So I definitely recommend you bookmark this, because if you're into technology or stuff, I mean, I've been in there's so much just going on. I've just had to do all this, you know. I've been papers. I've just been interviewed for another magazine. I've just made it to the finals. You know, if I win this, this would be unbelievable. This will literally be like a dream come true. Well, like I said, it's never gonna happen. There's no way I'm gonna win it, but I'm still incredibly proud of myself for getting this far. I'm only 19. And made it to the top 10 of computer science graduates which is fantastic. And to be honest, the overall goal is I would love to work for Unity, the company itself, as a C# developer. That's the end goal. It's just a fantastic. I absolutely love the game engine. I love game development, and I would love to be able to work with a company so that does everything so right for me. I love the style. Everything's just fantastic with it. So once again, thanks a lot for watching the video. Be sure to check out my Twitter and all my social media if you just want to keep track. I reply to all comments, you know. I'm a person. I know YouTubers get big and they don't comment and stuff like that, but I'm all about that. So tweet me, comment and everything like that, and I look forward to seeing what you guys think of the game. Until the next time, I'm out.